Today on In the Woodyard, we've got a delivery and we're going to answer some questions. Here we go. Today is a beautiful day in the woodyard. It's been overcast all day and it's only about maybe 68 degrees today. Awesome. It's supposed to get down into the low 50s tonight, so very cool for this time of year. Kind of towards the end of summer now, but it's cooling off, which is awesome. I like the cool weather. And today what I've got to do is there's a delivery I got to do, and it's kind of a long distance one. It's a guy that orders for me all the time, and it's a good, I don't know, 40 minutes away at least. So he does pay for delivery, which is fine, and he usually gets cherry, and that's where I'm backed up. Now, that brings up one of the questions that I'm going to answer. A lot of you who watch my channel all the time notice that when I go back to dump my debris, which is right back over to your left, you see this stuff laying back here. This is wood that was split way back in January, and the top of it is very dry. This is all cherry right back here. And then back over to there, you can probably see those logs that are back there. That's all cherry too. I just haven't had time to get to them. And the reason I'm bringing it up is because I've just been taking stuff off the top of this pile without even stacking it, because I've just been selling that much wood and I haven't had time to stack it, and I haven't had time to get back to cutting that cherry yet either, because I've got so much other stuff going on this time of year with my other business, with YouTube and deliveries. I've just been really busy delivering wood, so I haven't had much time to really go after the wood every day, all day. I've been doing, you know, a little bit here, a little bit there, you know, hour or two each day, taking care of the deliveries, cleaning stuff up, taking care of what I had to get done, cleaning the tree service wood up that I had. I got a bunch of that in. And the tree service wood, I want to get done right away because it's kind of in the way. It always gets dumped right in my drive, and it's usually ash. And if I get on it right away, that stuff will be dry by this fall. So a lot of it is, when I'm splitting it open, it's pretty dry because a lot of it's dead wood that I'm getting, so it's pretty nice. So my plan is to eventually get this wood stacked back up over there, and then the cherry you see back there, get that cut and split right back here too, and leave it right back in this area. And then a lot of these little pine trees that you see, actually they're not pine trees, they're balsam trees. A lot of those I am going to actually dig up this fall, and I'm going to put them along the borderline. If you look way over to your left over there, you can see there's a line of trees on the other side of the flag. If you guys can see that, you should be able to. On the other side of this log pile, I'm going to put a row of trees going across this side right here, because the neighbors next to me don't like my wood piles apparently. So what I'm going to do is dig up a bunch of these, and I'm going to slap them right on the lot line right there, and that'll create a barrier so it kind of blocks the view. And then some of the rest of them are going to go across the front, blocking the street view up along that way, because again, they complained, and apparently they don't like the look of wood because it's not natural enough for them, I don't know. And we're going to put a tree line across there and kind of block this as it goes, because my choice was I either could put up a fence, which was going to cost me thousands of dollars, or I could do natural landscaping that was in the covenants that was accepted. So I chose the landscaping. I'm going to slap a bunch of trees in because I got trees and I can get more, and it's cheap and fast and easy. All I got to do is get the time to do it. So once I get done with my busy season in my photography business, that is on my list to do right away. So right now I'm going to take some of this cherry right here. We're going to chuck it into the truck and we're going to go deliver it right now. So another question that gets asked all the time, why do I use my pickup truck for delivering wood when I have a dump trailer? Because I can fit very easily a face cord or a third of a cord into my pickup truck by chucking it in, and it's very easy to drive around and get around. I don't have to back up. This one's a longer distance. I have to pull the trailer. And because it fits measured wise so nicely, just to put a level amount of a face cord in here, I don't have to take it from a measured pile. I can just grab it from a loose pile, throw it in, and I know how much I've got. And having to hook up the trailer and pull it around and back it up and dump it and all that kind of stuff is just kind of a pain. And I would say a good 60 to 70% of the people I deliver to, and that's the case for this guy, I back right into the garage. I shove the wood to the back. A lot of times he puts a tarp down. We just throw it right onto the tarp right next to his rack, and then he stacks it right there, or his son does. And it's really nice to be able to back right up close to where people are going to store their wood. And with the trailer, it limits me as far as where I can go. Sometimes I can go into garages, but a lot of times I can't. And I know in this particular one, it's a one stall garage that we're going to back into, and I can back right in there, chuck the wood off, and it goes really quick. So that's why I use my pickup truck a lot. Better mileage, not pulling the trailer, just that kind of stuff. So a phase cord or a third of a cord, whatever you want to call it, whatever you prefer, is pretty easy. So we're going to chuck a bunch of wood in now. So, and again, I just throw it in. A lot of you that don't watch the channel a lot wonder, why don't I use the tractor? Well, if you try to scoop up wood like this with a tractor, you end up getting a lot of dirt and debris. And I have never yet had a customer tell me, hey, can you load me up a bunch of dirt and debris and scraps and stuff into the load that I'm going to be getting, because I really like dirt and debris going into my house. I've never heard that, so that's why I do the hand loading. And I've seen guys that deliver wood that has been loaded with a skid loader, and it's messy. I have a lot of customers, new ones I should say, that will ask me, and they'll say, how do you load your wood? Do you use a bucket or a skid steer or something like that? And I say, no, I load it by hand. And they say, oh, good. Because I got wood from a guy last year, and he dumped it, and he said about 50% of it was mud and dirt and bark and scraps and junk. He said it was terrible. And he said he wanted to make sure that that's not how I delivered. So that's how I'm getting a lot of new customers, from people that are not happy getting their wood delivered like that. So just saying, clean wood is good wood, and people appreciate it. And that's part of the reason that they quit going to another guy, is because they got junk, and nobody wants junk. So I'm just going to take this stuff, and usually when I got piles like this, these loose piles, I try to just take the top stuff, because that's what the sun has been hitting, and it's dry. I check this stuff, and this was all in the teens. It was like 16 to 18%, somewhere in there. Plenty good, ready to burn. And this guy, I got started on cherry a couple years ago, because he said he didn't care what he got. And I said, well, if you're burning it, something that smells really nice, and if you do any cooking, I said cherry is excellent, because that's what I had a lot of. So I kind of told him that would be a good thing to get. So that's what he's going to get, and that's what he likes. Now the next question that a lot of people have been asking me is, have I changed my rates? Have I raised my prices? And the answer is yes, I have. I have raised my price on my wood by $10 per face cord, and I've raised my delivery charge. Added an extra $5 for every 10 miles onto the $20 that I had. So definitely raised my price, because the price of fuel has gone up, the price of buying logs have gone up. There's a lot of things that you need to run a business, and the price has gone up. And so because I'm an evil corporation, and I'm all about profit, I pass the price on to the consumer that I'm paying. Everybody thinks, oh, you know, we gotta tax those evil corporations. All they're gonna do is raise the price, and you're gonna end up paying it. So for those of you that live in a dream world and think that you can just tax people that make money and you're gonna get more, they're just gonna charge more, and you end up paying more. So there's that. So I'm gonna speed this up now. We're gonna load this faster. Right about now. The wood was there, and now it's there, loaded, and it takes, maybe 6 or 7 minutes to do that. It goes pretty darn fast. If I'm not talking and I can grab and just throw, about 6 or 7 minutes. And unloading is a lot faster yet. I can take this whole thing and have it off of here in about 4 minutes. I think my record was 4 minutes and 23 seconds, going as fast as I could. So 5 minutes and it's off. And yes, I have tried the roll-off tarp piece of crap junk for getting it off. No, it takes way too long to do it that way. You got to stack your wood perfectly. You can't have it behind the wheel wells, and if you do, then you got to unstack it from the wheel well so you can crank it off. And no, that's stupid. That's just me. So I tried one. It was junk, 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 junk. And the wood is loaded, and I got some exercise, which is the #1 reason I started doing firewood in the first place. Like a lot of you, it's my therapy. I used to come out here and split all my wood by hand. For the first couple of years I was selling wood, I split everything by hand. I did 40 cords one year, and then the next year I did 80, and then after that I got a splitter. So I like splitting wood. I enjoy it a lot, but my body doesn't like it as much as it used to. I started doing wood when I was, oh geez, 7? So 53 years ago, because I'm 60 now. So that's been a long time I've been throwing wood in. So the #1 question I get, I should say #1, there's a lot of #1s, but this is a popular one. Have I ever broke the back window on my truck? No, never. Not in 53 years of throwing wood into a truck. I have never broke a back window. My dad has never broke a back window. My brother Ken has never broke a back window, and my brother Eric has never broke a back window. That's 4 of us throwing wood into a truck. The key is to be careful, take your time, and don't throw it like a maniac. And if you give the wood a little back spin, it falls this way. If you're throwing it in and you have it spinning backwards, it'll fall this way. The most I've ever done is it hits here and it might just tick the window, but no, I've never broke a window. So that means I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 trucks in that time of mine, a couple of my dad's, my brother's. So if we were to have put headache racks or protectors behind here to protect the window, every truck we bought, we would have had to put a new one on. We would have spent thousands of dollars. We've never broke a window. Just be careful. And if you break one, so what? No big deal. One of these days I'm just gonna smash it just so you guys can all say, see, I told you so. But no, I've never broke a window. I get asked that all the time. And like I said, the other reason I do this is for exercise. I actually like touching and throwing wood, splitting wood, stacking wood. I like doing it. I don't do it for 8, 10, 12 hours a day every day. Some days I do that long, but then the next day I might have an easy day. So I do as much as I feel like, which is a lot because I like doing it. So I do a lot of wood. So that's it for this answer, question, comment kind of thing. We're gonna go down the road. We're gonna deliver this load right now. There it is. The wood is loaded. I have the envelope. They just left me money underneath a mat. That's what a lot of people do when they're not home. They just leave money for me, so I kind of like that. Just grab it and throw the wood off and go. And now I'm going. I'm in the truck and down the road we go, back to the wood yard. I am back in the wood yard from my road trip to deliver the wood, and the cash is in my hand. Well, it's not in my hand. It's actually in my pocket where it belongs with all the other money, like all the other money. And I thought I'd give you a little update on the leaning tower of wood, the leaning wood, piece of wood, I don't know what you call it. It's still up. This was a month ago that I did a video on this tower, and all I did was I just put a wedge piece in here of this strip right here, and I put a pallet against it to kind of wedge it in there. And it's sagging pretty dang good, as you can see. It's got a good arch to it, but it's still up. It has not come down yet. And we had a real heavy rain about, I don't know, 5, 6 days ago. We had a couple inches of rain. Hasn't affected it at all. I think because it's kind of on gravel here, it's not really settling right there, but it's still up. So now it's kind of a challenge. Should I just leave it or should I repair it? Because everybody was telling me I should take the tractor, push into it, and then brace it. A lot of guys have said, take it down, restack it. Some guys said, it's drying, leave it. If it falls, it falls. So I guess I'm gonna leave it up for a while. No sense putting extra work into it if I don't have to. So there it is. The leaning wood pile is still vertical. And as you can see, There's a big hole right here and right there. So it has really come this way a bunch. I don't think I'm going to touch it. I'm just going to leave it there and see how long it stays, because it's actually almost dry enough to sell now. So if it falls over, it falls over. So there it is. That's it for today, folks. That's all I got. I got to go do some other work in my other business. Tomorrow I'll be back here 5:30 a.m. for you with another video. If you can't wait that long, go to my channel. There's over 800 videos for you I made just for you. Go watch them. Good night, Irene.